Welcome to Short Moral Tales. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a man named Alexander. He was a kind-hearted but slightly eccentric fellow with a stubborn mind. His birth name was actually Alex, but he had long ago changed it to Alexander since he admired him so much as a warrior. He loved to read books about noble knights and their daring adventures. Alexander was so captivated by these stories that he decided to become a knight himself. He had an old suit of armor that had seen better days, and he found a rusty old lance. He called himself Alexander and set off on his trusty old horse, which he believed to be a mighty steed. But in reality, it was just an old mule. One sunny morning, as Alexander and his loyal squire, Marcus, were riding through the countryside, they saw some windmills in the distance. Alexander was convinced that these windmills were evil giants, and he declared that he must defeat them to save the land. Marcus, being a simple and practical man, tried to reason with Alexander. "Sir, those are not giants, but just windmills that grind wheat," he said. But Alexander would not listen. He charged at the windmills with his lance, only to be knocked off his horse by the powerful windmill blades. He was bruised and battered, but refused to admit defeat. As they continued on their journey, they came across a group of travelers. Alexander saw a lady among them and believed her to be a damsel in distress. He approached her and insisted on defending her honor. But the lady and her companions had no need for his protection and found his behavior rather peculiar. Alexander's chivalrous actions often led to misunderstandings and sometimes got him into trouble. However, he remained steadfast in his belief that he was a true knight, fighting for justice and honor. One day, Alexander encountered a group of poor farmers who were being mistreated by a cruel landowner. He decided to take up their cause and challenge the wicked landowner to a duel. The landowner, amused by Alexander's antics, agreed to the duel. But when Alexander charged at him, he quickly disarmed the knight and showed him the error of his ways. Alexander's adventures continued, and despite the comical nature of his exploits, there was a lesson to be learned from his unwavering idealism. His determination to stand up for what he believed in, even in the face of ridicule and defeat, taught those around him about the importance of integrity and courage. In the end, Alexander's friends and neighbors realized that he might not be a true knight in shining armor, but he had a noble spirit and a heart filled with compassion. They admired his determination to make the world a better place, even if his methods were unconventional. The story of Alexander teaches us that while it's important to be practical and realistic, there's also a place for idealism and the pursuit of noble ideals. It reminds us that even in a world that sometimes seems full of windmills, we should never stop fighting for what we believe is right, no matter how impossible it may seem. Alexander's adventures may have been filled with laughter and folly, but his unwavering commitment to justice and honor is a lesson we can all learn from. Thanks for watching.